Welcome to the 2025 Latinx Kidlit Book Festival. Don't forget to subscribe to our festival YouTube channel. And if you are an educator, thank you for joining us. And if you want us to go visit your school, there's a school visit fund and it is back. You can enter to win a free visit from a Latinx author or illustrator for your classroom or your library. You can find the link to enter at latinxkidlitbookfestival.org. I am Maritere.
Hi, and I'm Gabby.
And I thank you so much for joining us for our story time today. We're going to share our stories with you, and we're going to start with Gabby. So Gabby's book is called Am Yo Soy. Take it away, Gabby.
Thank you, Mari. I Am Yo Soy is a bilingual celebration about being bicultural. It explores foods, sports, holidays, and all the ways that our dual identities are more alike than they are different. And so I'm going to start to read a little bit of my book. I Am Yo Soy, words by me, Gabriela Orozco Belt, and art by Mirel Ortega. Some days I feel like I'm not from here, ni de aquí. It could be because I don't look like them. And some days I feel like I'm not from there, ni de allá. Maybe because I don't sound like them. On those days, Mommy reminds me I don't have to pick just one. I can be from here and I can be from there. I am the same in two languages, each with its own history, heritage, and traditions. Both pieces important because they make me whole. I am sweet, buttery corn on the cob at a barbecue. Y soy elote, cremoso y caliente, del elotero. And I am corn, creamy and hot from the corn man. Los dos deliciosos. Both delicious. No matter how hard I try, it still ends up all over my face. I am football, gridiron, pigskin, touchdowns. Y soy fútbol. Pase, remate, go! Oh, oh. And I am soccer. Pass, shot, goal. I am Independence Day on the 4th of July, watching the night sky light up with fireworks. Y soy el Día de la Independencia, el 15 de septiembre, comenzando un mes celebrando mi herencia. And I am Independence Day on September 15th, beginning a month of celebrating my heritage. I am the sound of a strumming guitar sitting by the crackling campfire, watching the dancing flames. Y soy el ritmo de la bachata, convirtiendo la sala en un piste de baile. And I am the rhythm of the bachata, turning the living room into a dance floor. I am Halloween, spooky, creepy, hocus pocus. Y soy el Día de los Muertos, ofrendas, catrinas y papel picado. And I am Day of the Dead, altars, Grand Lady of the Afterlife, paper banners.
I love your story. I love it, love it. And you need to read it, all of you, to buy the book or request it in the library to read the whole story. But Gabi, can you tell us a little bit what was your inspiration for your story?
Of course. Thank you for asking that. Growing up, I never knew where I belonged. You'll hear the ni de aquí, ni de allá feeling. And so I wanted to write a story for kids so they could understand that they are 100% of each part of who they are. And that is something that we should be celebrating, and we should never feel ashamed or embarrassed by it.
I needed your book when my kids were growing up and they didn't have any books that look with characters that look like them. I think that's why we are writing these stories now.
Right.
So I'm going to read my book. Tío Ricky doesn't speak English. Tío Ricky no habla inglés. Y words by me and illustrated by Jerry Gomez. So here we go. Tío Ricky is here. Tío Ricky is here. Every time Tío Ricky visits, he brings me plantain chips and sweets, and we play dominoes in the kitchen table. Tío Ricky está aquí. Tío Ricky está aquí. Cada vez que Tío Ricky visita, me trae platanutres y otros dulces, y jugamos dominó en la cocina. But Tio's visit also means I have to speak more Spanish. Tio Ricky doesn't speak English, so I get to translate a lot. One time at the bank, I had to translate for him. Not fun. La visita de Tio Ricky también significa que debo hablar más español. Tío no habla inglés y debo traducirle todo el tiempo. Mucho. Una vez en el banco tuve que traducir para él. No me gustó. I translate for him at the market. Traduzco para él en el mercado. With the neighbors, con los vecinos, and with the postwomen, con la cartera. I tell Papi that translating for Tío Ricky is exhausting. Papi chuckles. See the birds helping each other out the window? That is what families do. Papi winks. Le digo a Papi que traducir para Tío Ricky es agotador. Papi suelta una risa. ¿Ves a los pajaritos ayudándose entre sí? Eso es lo que hacen las familias. Papi me guiña.
That's so beautiful, Mari. Tell me, what is your favorite part of the story?
I think I like the relationship that Enrique, the little boy, has with his favorite uncle and how he grows to really appreciate being bilingual over the course of the book.
Oh, yes. And I've read the book and I love the ending and it's just so sweet. He's the sweetest little boy. Can you tell us what your inspiration was for your story?
You know, I think that over the last few years, whenever I go to schools and I visit kids, listening to the little boys and girls translate for their family members, and sometimes they get annoyed, they don't like it, and they make faces. And I thought I would create a story that would help them recognize the value of being bilingual. So that's what inspired me with the story.
That is awesome. I love that. I think it's something that kids can relate to so wide and across the country, and so many different levels of Spanish that they know. Even if it's just a little bit, they are still bilingual. And that is something that is so super neat for everybody to have. I think my favorite part of my story is that it shows so many different Latin countries, so many different nationalities, so many different traditions and sports and foods that I think everybody reading it is able to pick up on something that they relate to. They can look at the pages and say, oh, that's like my family, or oh, that's me. And I think that's really neat. And I think they can see themselves in both our books, and I Am Yo Soy, and in Tío Ricky Doesn't Speak English. So that's very, very lovely.
I love it. It's great. I love your book as well. And it kind of, you know, it brought me back to when I was growing up. And then when I came and moved to California for school. And then I ended up staying here and living here. And even though I went back to Puerto Rico every summer, I just, I felt like sometimes I was from here, but maybe from there. And it just brought back all the things that we taught my own children about, celebrating both cultures. And in my case, my husband is Greek. So we had the three cultures, all these different cultural customs and traditions that we celebrated. So I loved, and I thought the illustrations of your book were beautiful as well.
Thank you. There is a secret cover to it that I would love to show you guys. So if you look at the cover, right, we've got the I Am Yo Soy, but if we take off the outside, it becomes
Ah,
this beautiful little girl in her both natures, in her both dualities that she shares. And so I
very
think
cool.
that was kind of neat. If you look right there, it's one of those
Very cool. I love that.
little
Very cool.
secrets.
I love it. I don't have a secret with my book, but I can show it to you guys too.
So beautiful.
I love it. I love the illustrations are beautiful and it really captured. And I love how she used the dominoes because
Mhm.
that's very you can't see it very well here, but that's a very popular game in our country. So anyway, it was really fun. It was fun to write it, and it was fun to see the illustrations where they were coming in. Very very talented illustrator.
Very nice. Can you tell us where people can learn more about you and your books?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Latina Boomer Mom, just one word, Latina Boomer Mom. And of course, you can visit my website, Maritere Rodriguez Bellas, como Bellas, .com. And you can find all the information about me in there. And what about you?
Beautiful. You can follow me on Instagram at the Great Gabsie, Gabsie. And you can visit my website at Gabriela Belt, BELT.com. So thank you, Mari. This has been wonderful. I really enjoy working with you and listening to your stories, and they're beautiful and they belong out in the world. And I can't wait to see more. So I want to say to everybody out there, thank you for attending the Latinx Kidlit Book Festival. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.